And welcome back. You know, as we celebrate June Dairy Month across the country and here in the Volunteer State, we want to introduce you to a dairy family in East Tennessee that's been in operation for right at 90 years now. The Brady Dairy Farm in McMinn County was honored as this year's Dairy Farm Family of the Year during National Moo Fest that's held in Athens, Tennessee.
Tennessee's agricultural industry continues to be the backbone of our state's economy. The men and women who tend to their land and animals do so with an abundant amount of pride and heritage. And that sums up the Brady Dairy Farm in McMinn County. This farm dates back to 1921 when Fletcher Brady began working the land and milking the first cow. It has since passed on to his son Euless, and today his son Johnny and grandson Scott are the third and fourth generations to sustain this important way of life.
Farming as a whole is an enjoyable thing for me. It's not like I have to work. It's something I enjoy doing and thoroughly enjoy doing it because this is something that I've done all my life. It's ingrained in me and been ingrained in me. And I remember my granddad, he worked on the farm too as I was growing up, and big influence in my life, the work ethic that I was brought up with.
And that work ethic continues today for 51-year-old Johnny Brady, who grew up here on the farm with 3 older sisters. He's seen the operation grow over the years and become more efficient. In fact, over the last 40 years, they've more than doubled their production of milk. Currently, the Bradys send about 100 Jersey cows twice a day through the parlor, and they've been selling their milk to Mayfield Dairy in Athens since the late 1940s. They feed their cows a corn silage-based ration that they grow on the farm, along with supplements from the local co-op. And they also raise Bermuda and oats and wheat hay that they utilize for their dairy heifers and registered Angus herd.
And about 110 to 15 cows is what we max out in the wintertime. We produce most of our milk from October through June. Try to get our cows to calve in the fall and just utilize cool weather and get as much milk as we can. And right now our cows are milking around 50 pounds a day with a 4.7 butterfat test. I think that's one of the key things. If you talk to anybody about farming, you've got to be more efficient. And some days I wonder how much more efficient the farmer can get, because we're squeezing everything that we possibly can out of everything, but yet some days it doesn't seem like it's hardly enough, but yet that doesn't stop the ongoing process of what we do.
Pretty much fill in all the gaps. My dad does milk on the weekends for relief milking of our milker, and when I get done with my chores, I'll sometimes go in and help him finish up. But you know, pretty much everything from feeding baby calves to working ground to baling hay, mowing hay, just everything in between that goes in on a farm. This is what I do.
And Johnny and Scott Brady will tell you why the challenges are many on today's dairy farm. They wouldn't have any other job. They do have one hired milk hand, and while Johnny's wife Kathy and their 2 other children, Stephen and Shelby, help out on the farm when they can, for the most part, it's just the 2 of them producing high-quality milk.
We take pride in the milk that we produce. A matter of fact, we drink our own milk. I know that there's a school of thought out there that says raw milk is probably not the most acceptable thing to drink, but we strive to utilize this product and just really make an effort, conscious effort to produce quality milk.
And it was just like the general public to know that, you know, farmers, it's not just us, it's farmers across this county, across the state, and across this country that tried to do their very best to produce the safest food supply in the world to the everyday consumer. And we're not doing things that would be harmful to those people, but to the consumer. But you know, too often times you see in the media and just other outlets of information that cast farmers in a bad light, that we're doing all these things to affect the food source. But really all we're doing is trying to do the best that we can to provide a good, safe, healthy food source for all of America and the world.
Every year, every day, dairy farmers like the Bradys continue to face tougher challenges to stay in business. Feed, fertilizer, and fuel costs continue to climb, milk checks continue to fluctuate, and the weather is always changing. But through it all, and for almost a century now, one common bond keeps these farmers strong and successful, and that's family.
I'm very proud that it's continued on, and that certainly would be my desire, that it would just keep on going as long as it can. I mean, it's not one of the most profitable ways of making a living, I don't guess, but it is one of the happiest ways of making their living there is. You're your own boss, and you go and come when you want to. You have to go a lot of times that you don't want to go to, but then that's part of it.
You know, not everybody gets to spend all day, every day with their dad, and I'm grateful for that. And, you know, there might be times where we want to fuss and fight and get in knockout and drag out, but, you know, we just learn to deal with it. And, you know, when we're out here working, work's working, but when we go back to the house, it's family. It's not work no more.
My family, I'll stress this again, not many days I do not see my family. I'm not actively involved in the farming operation with them, not very many days. And when you do that over a period of time, I think it instills a sense of pride about what a family unit can do. And as the family unit goes, our community and our nation goes. And I'm proud of my family and what they stand for and what that we've established here.